Hello and welcome to Brain Gains, the fitness channel made for the average person. My name is Brian and today I'd like to make a quick video just summarizing my workouts throughout the week. At the end of the video I'd like to change camera views and just be able to show you a few of my workouts and just show you what they are, because I'm going to try to somewhat explain them sitting here right now, but it's better for me to show you because some of them are confusing. So starting out on Monday, that is my chest, back, and shoulder day. So what that consists of is push-ups and then exercise band work, which I have right here that I'll be showing y'all what I do with that. Stuff I learned at a rock climbing wall, and then also the stuff that I learned on my own that is for my shoulders. Wednesday is my leg day. That consists of squats, seated hip thrusters, and standing calf raises. And then on Friday I do arms, excluding shoulders, because I do those Monday, and then abs. So that includes, again with the resistance band, I do bicep curls, tricep curls, and then forearm curls, or whatever you want to call forearm extensions. Then for abs, I do crunches, ab twists, which I'll show you those too, if you don't know what those are, and then I also do a plank. Going back also for Wednesday, I forgot to mention for part of my leg day, it depends on how tired I am at the end of my workout. I'll also do a wall sit. Usually the planks and the wall sits are around a minute to a minute and a half in length. And then starting this past Thursday, I biked around, I think it was 7.1 miles, I tracked with my phone. And so I'm going to start trying to bike at least between 5 to 10 miles on Tuesday, Thursday, and then probably Sunday. I didn't do it today on Saturday. I think it's going to be my rest day, but I like to do it at least 3 times a week for some amount of cardio. I don't really prefer running because from what my dad's taught me, and from his experience, he's 60, and from my experience running in high school or track in high school, is that running affects my knees a lot, very negatively, that I've noticed. So and my dad has also been told it by his physical therapist and his doctor that unless you have like perfect running form, which not many people have, and I've seen that from people running around campus, it can be bad for your knees. Maybe not now that you're young, but in the future it can get really bad. Honestly, biking can also be somewhat detrimental to your health if you're doing it wrong, but I feel like biking with correct form is a lot easier than running with correct form. It also puts a lot less strain on your knees, stuff like that, because there's no constant pounding of you hitting the asphalt or concrete, whatever you're running on. Even like dirt and stuff in like a soft rubber track can still be, you know, it's not as solid and it's not as hard an impact as, you know, solid materials like concrete and asphalt, but over time it's still going to affect your body to some degree. So that's why I like biking instead, and I'll just do that around campus. I'll kind of just make like a course up as I go, just go on streets I know that are open. With the COVID stuff anyways, it's not super busy in summer classes, not many people are on campus, so that's easy. I'd recommend it if you have a bike and you maybe haven't ridden in a while, or you do ride, just keep doing it, or just try to find somewhere that you can bike. I think that's kind of it for just this first summary part. Like I said, I was going to show you a lot of the exercises that I talked about that may have kind of not made sense, or might not be able to, you know, think about the top of your head. Most of that, I guess the most confusing stuff is probably going to be for arm day, or no, chest day on Monday. Because that's kind of stuff that isn't very widespread. Also, sorry if you don't have a resistance band, but I would really recommend getting one if you can, because there's a lot of uses for it. So I will see you all in a second as I get the camera set up so you can see me do these exercises properly. So now that I have the camera set up over here to where I can actually move around and show you these exercises properly, I'd like to show you what I do for chest day that may have not been very clear the first time. So I mentioned that one of the things that I like to do, I learned from the rock climbing wall. I was the instructor there, Zach, in Northeast Lakeview, freshman year, told me that the exercise was you'd wrap a resistance band around your arms like this, hold them around shoulder width apart, and keeping your forearms perpendicular to, I guess, your chest. You just want to bring them back like this. And so what that does is that it's just completely for your back, mostly upper back. And what he said was that this exercises the prime muscles for rock climbing. So granted, most of y'all don't rock climb, it's still a very good back exercise, just in general. It kind of replicates maybe doing overhead pull downs in the gym with a wide angle bar. I don't know what it's called. And then the other exercise I do for shoulders was something I kind of developed on my own. Hopefully I don't hit the wall here too much. But I call them backside V's, like upside down V's that you make with the arm. And you just bring this, keep your arm straight the whole time, and you just bring this resistance band out. You don't have to go too far up, but I usually do around 40 reps, 50 reps of that first exercise and then this one in a row, and then I rest between them. Granted, while I'm doing these, I usually have to rest, but like I said, just keep your arms straight and just try to focus on just your shoulders moving. So, obviously, like I said, this is just totally shoulders. So just do that as many times as you can. Probably starting out maybe like 20 or 30 times. But yeah, that's for it for chest day slash back and shoulder day that probably need to be explained. For leg day, I mentioned I did seated hip thrusters, and I guess it's kind of a bit weird because in the gym, most people, if you know what I'm talking about, you'll have a bench behind you and you'll kind of put your back on that while you have a bar laying on your hips, and then kind of just having your arms up on the bench or to support you, you just like thrusting your hips. But the way I do that, because I don't have weight or a bench that's kind of lean upon, is that I lay down like so. Hopefully you can see me like this. I'm gonna scoot over so hopefully I'm in the frame. I put my feet out, maybe like a foot away from where my butt is, and spread that out so they're for wider than shoulder width. And then I just kind of raise my hips up towards the air until my torso and my legs are straight, and then bring it down. And while I'm doing this, I'm kind of squeezing my hamstrings in my glutes, my butt. So it's a good workout for both of those. So that's what I use for my hamstrings, and I guess also invertly my butt. So that's that, and then I'll move on to arm day. So for the last day of the week, Friday, I do arms and then abs. Abs, you don't need a resistance bar, and kind of already explained what to do for that. But for arms, what I do is I kind of sit on the chair, the arm, of one of the couches I have. And so with that, my legs are at a 90-degree angle. I wrap this underneath my legs and then have it to where it's where my shorts end usually. And I just sit there and I do a curl and try to straighten my arms out. The way I do them, and because of the fact that I'm doing a resistance band, I kind of have to go from my arms being out to back, to where it kind of works shoulders, maybe back a bit, but still the main focus is biceps as I curl that. Second, tricep curls with a resistance band. What I'll do is I'll be facing the couch and I'll wrap this around my ankles to where I'm sitting on the couch where my knees are kind of hitting the back pad of the couch, and my feet will be hanging off the front of the couch. And so that puts less stress on my toes, stuff like that, because I found if you try to just sit down on the ground and do it, it hurts your toes, so that just helps with that. And then once you have this wrapped around and you're kneeling on the couch, you sit on your heels, turn around, kind of pick this up with another arm, and then after you sit down there, you pull this up above your head, and then just straighten your arms out, and that's your tricep pulls. And then third thing is the forearm curls, whatever you want to call them. Pretty much the same thing as the bicep curls, but you're just keeping your forearms in place and then just rotating just your wrists. And so you're going to be focusing, keeping your forearms still, and then just working them. And then abs, crunches, that's pretty explanatory. Ab twists, I guess, I don't need to show you sitting on the ground, but you, it's kind of like crunches, but you have your feet out in front of you, just hovering kind of off the ground, maybe a couple inches off, cross them, and then you curl your back up, so just your butt's on the ground, nothing besides that's touching, and then you just twist and hit the ground on either side. And so that works kind of like the sides of your abs. I don't know what to call them. I'm blanking on the term. I'm just gonna probably just put it in text in the video. And so that works that, and then crunches work your main, I guess, abdominal muscles, and the plank is just something to work on at the end. As well as the wall sit that I do at the end of my leg workout, just kind of like a conditioning thing, working on endurance. So that's that, I'd say, as far as explanations. If you have any questions or anything like that, I'll let you know. Well, ask the questions and then I'll let you know the answers. And then also probably put like the amount of reps I do down in the description also if you're interested in that. So with that being said, I hope you have a great day and hope you stay with the channel. I'd really appreciate it if you could like the video and subscribe to the channel. And yeah, adios.